Now, they believe that there are over 16 million electric vehicles on the road around the world, where Europe and China are leading the way with 60% and 14% EV market share, respectively. With global share of EV accelerated, Porsche also stepped into the market. In the 2021, Porsche delivered a record high around 30,000 vehicles to its customer worldwide, and the number represented an increase of 11% compared to 2020. China continued to be Porsche's single largest market with around 95,000 vehicles delivered, a leadership position the country had held since 2015. However, the customer-oriented Porsche with great market share in China is now facing some service failure, and let's look deeply into the problem. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rebecca, joined by my colleagues Rita, Sandra, and Kathy. We represent Fudan University to present you the case study of Porsche. Here is the title, Improve Service with Porsche App, a more customer-centric perspective. First, in overview, let's see some background of Porsche. We all know that Porsche is a leading brand, especially in the luxury brand category in China. It is always above the average. Besides, Porsche has high ranking in various aspects. For relationship with local dealers, Porsche scored the highest among those European brands. For sales satisfaction, Porsche is always on the top 3 position. Since customer satisfaction is strongly related to high customer retention and positive reputation, Porsche places great importance on sales satisfaction. However, there is still some existing problem regarding different issues on satisfaction. Next slide, please. One problem is the lack of customer perspective in the entire service process. We can see from the drawing below that Porsche mainly focused on the 3 stage, which is company-oriented and ignore the needs of customers, like how to arouse their interest. Another problem is the asymmetric information. We can see from the case that when Paul, the customer, wants to purchase a car, the whole process is unclear. For example, the delivery time, his special request, and those extra payment, etc. All of those are uncertain, which also create a problem of transparency as well. Without transparent information, company may easily lose their potential customers or even face cancellation of orders. This will also increase the cost from company's perspective. To better address the issue, Porsche should be more familiar with the customers. So let's draw a customer profile together. We can see from the demographic aspect, customers in Porsche are mainly aged 25 to 54, male in the first and second tier cities. They are also have some unique preference that they are not sensitive to price, but place emphasis on the quality of service. They also have some needs. Customer wants to know the clear and detailed process of purchase and have flexible and easy access to the brand. To emphasize that, customer want to feel respected and further enjoy customized services. When we go through the market, we discover that first, automobile are going from offline to online. Since when company only doing the offline business, this may be inefficient and indirect. It is better if we can utilize the synergy between online and offline to rebuild a better customer-based services, which is also our strategy we're going to talk about later. Second is the needs of people, especially the young generation. Their needs is different and diverse. Below are some factors in which young generation is discontented with. We can see that they are mainly annoyed by the process, like they are unable to purchase online and those complex delivery process. Next, my colleague Rita will talk about the strategy.
Now let's take a look at the strategy part. The service currently provided by Porsche can be divided into 3 stages. The first stage is for customers searching information about specific cars. The second stage is for making purchase, and the third stage is for after-sales service. However, this existing service process only focus on what the company want to provide, rather than what the customer really need. When Porsche is designing its customer service, it starts in the view of a company rather than from the customer's perspective. As a result, this may miss the point what their customers really care about, and this is what we believe that is the main reason causing the service failure. To solve this problem, we have to make some changes to the service system. According to the customer journey, Stage 0, which is the process that the specific cars arouse customers' interest, should also be considered. So, to solve this problem, then comes our strategy. We built a customer-based service system which covers the 4 stages, including the Stage 0. Next slide, please. In overview, we have discussed about the market trend of turning from opening only offline shops to taking advantage of the synergy between online and offline sellings. To discuss how to rebuild our service system, we compare the effect of online and offline selling in all stages. From the chart, we can clearly see that online selling has a better effect in Stage 0 and Stage 1. The effect of online and offline selling equals in Stage 2. While offline selling perform better in Stage 3. Next slide, please. As a result, we plan to apply digital solution with emphasis to rebuild the service system. And our solution is to add a new model in the existing Porsche app. In the next slide, providing better customer-based service in a digital way. And the detailed functions will be introduced by my teammate Cassie in the implementation part.
And in order to provide our strategy and move it into reality, we propose a digital and data-driven plan, which focuses on improving the service of Porsche app to switch the service journey to a more customer-centric one. Every point along the journey, we design the digital solution backstage to make the customers feel that Porsche emphasizes with its customers front stage. For Stage 0, customers could feel that they can buy what they like by placing pre-orders on Porsche app. The system will recommend products and dealers to users, and users can select the ones they like, after which we'll have a 3D demo of their selected cars. You can think of it as a DIY process of making your own virtual car, as you can select the colors and configurations. Then, if the user has decided to test drive the car they are interested in, the app will link the most commonly used navigation app in China named AMAP to direct the customers to the best dealer store nearby. Before signing the contract, car buyers can go back to the app view and change anything if they are interested in any other things. Their pre-orders can be changed anytime they like. And when the customer has signed the contract with the dealers, he or she could then experience the app's most important function, a real-time monitoring dashboard of the delivery process. Because Porsche cars are manufactured overseas rather than in a local factory in China, the shipping can sometimes take longer than customers expected. It's a transparent report of delivery process is designed to eliminate the information asymmetry between the two company and its customers. Compensation will be made upon delay, and customers can monitor if any delay happened to protect their rights. The app will also inform customers the car's configuration and which parts are set and unchangeable, which parts are still pending. This way, car owners can double-check their order specifications before they finally get the car. And any change they want to make can be negotiated before the car is shipped. In addition to the selling process, we hope that Porsche app can continue to serve customers after sale. Convenient maintenance is normally expected from car owners, and the app is there for them. The one-on-one return visit online, the AI butler that will remind the owner to do their car check, or proactive customer service. Moreover, the app can also allow users to check and sign in the latest activities of Porsche Club, and the community is where owners can share experience and socialize. Finally, at the repurchase stage, upon previous purchase or repurchases, Porsche lovers will look for a more personal touch with Porsche brand. The app hopes to raise customers' retention by providing customized product and service suggestions for the latest car or related products like kids' safety seats or an upgrade of their audio system. Suggestions are expected to be customized because they are based on the owner's in-app behaviors early from the pre-order stage.
Thanks for Cassie's explanation on the detailed journey. Here we come to the execution part. Through 6 stages of service upgrades, Posh is able to reach the full spectrum of user needs by covering the entire customer lifecycle. The digital solutions and empathy capabilities will enable Posh to transform from a Posh-centric car manufacturer to a customer-centric friendly partner. The shift from an internal to external perspective requires a 4-step process. Upfront, we need module constructions and AI function development. On top of that, we need to implement functions and maintain the subsequent services. Next slide, please. What does the implementation of these functions bring to Posh? According to the funnel model, there are 3 phases to go through for a customer to become loyal to the brand. By putting forward 0 stage in the customer journey and providing customized guidance, consumers will be able to have a deeper understanding of different auto models, which can speed them up from potential buyers to buyers. We estimate there would be a 10% increase in the conversion rate. After the first purchase, we provide the transparent delivery and considerate all-round post-sale services for every Posh customers. Service is not independent of the product, but an effective way to build a long-term and stable relationship between Posh and customers. We expect an 8% increase in the retention rate, which means a more loyal customer base. Next slide, please. The increase in the purchasing conversion rates and retention rate will stimulate the profitability for Posh. High satisfaction leads to the increase in single customer value by digging the potential of customer with high purchasing power. Loyalty will decrease the customer loss, that is, stabilize the number of customers. Ultimately, it would lead to the financial return as shown in the next slide. Revenue would be stimulated by the increase in single customer value and retention rate, raising the CAGR from 15% to 24% in the revenue in China market, the biggest market for Posh. From 2020 to 2025, its China market revenue would increase from 75 billion RMB to 136 billion RMB. In the long run, we can promote the functions to worldwide customers and generate more benefits. Then we will turn our attention to the cost. We suppose there are 3 main parts: R&D expenses, management expenses, and sales expenses. To sum up, it will cost Posh 200 million RMB in the beginning and 70 million RMB per year for sustainable development. So next slide, please. Despite the benefits, we cannot ignore the potential risks waiting for Posh. Next slide, please. The first risk scenario is related to the unexpected delivery delay and mistake. We cannot avoid every mistake and the delivery delay due to the external factors such as the sudden lockdown due to the pandemic. If we proactively disclose delays in advance and show this in our dashboard, will it reduce the consumer satisfaction? We suppose it can be mitigated by sending corresponding compensations to customers to show our sincerity, such as shopping coupons for car maintenance and accessories for delay, and also giveaways for missed shipments. Another risk is related to the peer competition in online community building and development. The booming EV manufacturers such as NIO are paying a lot of attention on the community building. However, as one of the pioneers in the luxury cars, we have different target customer base. We should elaborate on our brand to deepen the customer's recognition, and meanwhile provide customers with differentiated, high-quality services. That's all for our presentation. Thanks for listening. Welcome for your questions and suggestions. Thanks.
Thank you for your presentation. It's now time for the Q&A session. Judges, please make the questions short and concise and leave your thoughts and comments for the feedback session. The 15-minute countdown starts now. Let's hear the first question.
Vikram, should I go first?
Yes, please. Good. Thanks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your time today, team, and for putting your presentation together. I hope you enjoyed the experience. I guess my question is around the reliance on technology to drive that customer engagement, particularly with the purchase at this value. Do you genuinely think that a customer is going to want to do all the work to get the product that they want, in terms of, looking at whether particular parts have been built in, whether the production and the features are in line with their expectations? Is that really the role of the customer?
Thank you for your great question. And I think I want to represent my team to answer first. And if there's any, it's very welcome. And I think that what we're doing here is not asking our customers to do all the work. We are simply providing them an option and providing them a view that they can see the process, where it's going and where we are going. If they decided that they don't have enough time, or they just wanted to enjoy buying the process, and we think that Porsche can absolutely do the job very well in the past, and the system itself will monitor if anything's gone wrong. And this app is simply providing our customers a window that they are able to see what's going on, and anything, if there's any change or if there's anything they wanted to do. And in addition to that, we think that it also gives them more opportunities and control over what they are actually buying, and to make their products more customized and make it the real ones that they really like. And because we have looked into our customer profile, we think that these group of people are the ones who love to have a sense of control over their own the products they buy, and control of what they own. And we think that giving them this choice to see what is going on can help to improve the service a little bit more. But it's not just asking them to do everything for Porsche, the company, but it's just a window. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for that, team. And thanks for taking the time. Great presentation again. If we could switch back to the financial analysis you had done, and sort of how you arrived at the revenue growth opportunity here based on your recommendations, and the cost side of it. If you could, let's just focus on the revenue side. If you could just help us, walk through the building blocks of exactly how these things translate to the revenue CAGR that you have projected going forward. And also keeping in mind, also talk me through how important is retention for somebody buying a Porsche, right? How valuable is that retention rate here? But let's talk about the basic building blocks first.
Judges, can you help me? Sorry, can you help me, Clay?
Yes.
Okay, I will represent my team to answer this question about the financial estimation. First, about the revenue. Actually, we divided into two parts, just the single customer value and the customer base. So from the single value, I have calculated it from the financial reports from Porsche according to its selling volume and also the revenue. And I got the single customer value per year. So it has actually the normal increase about 10% and 10% CAGR every year. More than 10, I have said it's about 15%, right? And then I calculated it by increase it from two sides. The first one is because the retention rate is increased, and I searched for some materials and saw the retention rate. Every year, the retention rate about the common level is about 30%. So I gave it about 8% increase. That's relatively very positive data. And then I give them some proportion in the total sales. I think there are two divisions of the selling volume. The first one is the new buyers, and the second one is the already existing buyers. So the really existing buyers is what we stimulated in this part. And finally, we got the total revenue about the CAGR of 24%. This is what I got in this financial estimation. Thanks.
So essentially, you're looking at historical growth, and to come up with the incremental growth, you're focusing on the retention rate. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
How about new sales volume by virtue of having a better customer experience? So rather than the retention rate, how about conversion rate from a potential customer to an owner of the vehicle?
Sorry,
that's what we're trying to solve for, right? We're trying to solve for converting a potential buyer into an actual buyer, right? And isn't that the point about the customer service experience and improving that?
What you mean is about how to stimulate the potential buyers to the buyers, right? It's another stimulation part.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we have also mentioned it above in the part where we separate it into six stages, right? And I suppose the former part about giving some more tailored guidance and other ways are the ways to stimulate the new buyers to transform them from the potential to the real buyers. And also the community part is another stimulation because, as we all know, the Polish buyers are actually the similar target customers. They have a strong purchasing power, and they maybe have good incomes, the income level. They have many common interests. So we build a community for them. They can share their daily life. They can share about the information about cars in this platform, and also using the word of mouth recommendations from the acquaintance or other persons, so they can attract more and more new buyers into this platform, into Posh. But actually, in this way, I haven't calculated it. I have not considered it into the financial estimations because we think the most obvious financial incremental part is about the retention. Yeah, that's all for my answer.
And I think I want to add up a little bit something because we have considered our plan to be to consider the service that to improve the service failure and recovery to be a revenue center instead of a cost center. This is based on the assumption that our plan is to recover and improve the Porsche tactic to cope with service failures. So we think that the revenue and incremental revenue comes from our improved service plan is mainly focusing on customer retention and to allow customers to repeat purchase after they had this great experience with how we cope with our service failures. So we mainly calculated the part where we can retain customers and gain profits. And of course, our plan also is a full rounded plan, and it will cover some aspects that will attract new customers. And of course, if there's more revenue that's coming in from the new customers, it's definitely the better. It's like the cherry on top. Thank you.
Okay, no, thanks for that. No further questions from my side, Alpa.
Yeah. So, hypothetically, you implement this solution. What happens if the tech fails, if there's an outage? So what would that scenario look like? And what would you propose as sort of an effectiveness monitoring system to sort of go back and tweak and improve as you go?
Thank you for the question. And of course, you can see that our plan depends a lot on Tegra. And we think that at first we will try a lot to use the finest technology and the best company in the field to avoid such failures. And then if that happens, actually, you can see in our the very important part of our plan is to show a dashboard. I think it's here to show a dashboard to allow every part of the process to see where is it going. If the tech fails, then there's going to be a lot more partners who will be able to see if there's anything go wrong. So there will be more chances for us to detect and respond fast to this technology failure, and then we will also have backup plans for them because we have been operating without this technology before, and when that happens, we will try to respond to that very quickly to first of all resolve to the tech issue, and second of all we will have backup data and backup of the tech plans to serve our customers.
Great, thank you. I don't have any further questions.
Yep. That's it from my side as well. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. All the judges will now stay in the room to deliberate. Dear team, we will place you in the waiting room and bring you back in for the feedback session in a few minutes. Everyone else, please kindly leave the room and we will see you later for the results announcement. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, judges.